So S.N. Goenka, at the time of the recordings, I think he was sick. Like he had something going on. Like he would be sniffing, he would be coughing, he was not well. And so the videos come off as very uncharismatic. So honestly, I was like, what the fuck am I listening to? Like, I don't want to be here right now. But with time, I developed some kind of respect for him because he's actually kind of a gangster. And I found out more about this, of course, once I got out of the course. Is S.N. Goenka was actually a multi-millionaire, like G in business before he gave up everything in order to pursue meditation full-time and teaching meditation full-time. He had offices, his business had offices in the US, Germany, Switzerland, and Japan in the mid-90s. So like, he was a 20-year-old man at the time of World War II. So this man's old. And the cool thing is his lectures, right? His lectures would perfectly map onto my experience. So every day when I struggled with something, either being blissed out in a state of, pure happiness because of the novel, or being in depression basically because of the tinnitus, he would basically spell it out. He's like, oh, today you probably dealt with A, B, and C. Is that right? And I'll be like, yeah, that sounds about right. So my point is, he has clear expertise in the field of teaching meditation, which is another way of saying he has extreme time on problem. So you can't help but respect somebody no matter how they speak or look or anything like that. If somebody has time on problem, you can't help but respect them. And the whole experience was completely non-religion specific. So obviously the tradition of Vipassana meditation, well, it comes from the Buddhist tradition. It was taught first by Gautama Buddha. Either way, you don't need to be a Buddhist in order to follow the technique. And the way I'll describe it is, imagine if I taught you the skill of riding a bicycle. It doesn't mean that I'm trying to convert you into bicyclism. It just means that I'm giving you a skill which is useful for you, and you can practice it on your own time. And that is how I see Vipassana meditation, or any kind of meditation. It is purely a skill. Anybody of any religious background can absolutely use it. But that being said, I will say that some of the lectures have a strong Buddhist philosophy behind them, and that's fine. For example, Goenka will talk about reincarnation. But before he talks about reincarnation, he'll say, hey, if you don't believe in reincarnation, you don't have to. I'm just going to tell you what I believe. If it maps with you, awesome. If it doesn't, ignore it. And I thought that was cool because he wasn't really forcing us to believe in what he believes in. So all I'll say is take what's useful in his lectures, leave out the rest, and you'll be fine. So in terms of his agency, this was impressive to me. This organization, it's called Vipassana International. It's just an international organization which teaches Vipassana. They have centers across the planet. They have 400 locations over 94 countries. Like, imagine this, right? Imagine if I told you that I own a business and I have 400 locations across the globe. Would you be impressed? Of course you would. Imagine that it's not a business, but it's a non-profit. Like, how do you have 400 centers across the globe and you don't have profit? That's impressive. In fact, this 10-day course, including food, including lodging, including instructions and everything, was actually 100% free. They charge you nothing for it. It's all completely run on donations.